Recording in progress.
Going to call this meeting to order. Ask everybody to please stand, join in the pledge of allegiance. The pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and please remain standing. We'll have a moment of silence for those serving overseas for our country. Those serving here at home, our city employees here in the city of Hazelwood, our residents. And any of us that lost a loved one or a friend here recently, let's please remember them also. Thank you. May be seated. This time we'll have roll call.
Mr. Abishon?
Here.
Mr. Marquez?
Here.
Ms. Wadlow? Here. Mayor Robinson?
Here.
Ms. Matlock? Here. Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Ms. Hadley? Here. Mr. Hoops?
Here.
A quorum is present.
Next, we have amendment or adoption of the agenda as printed. Is there any discussion?
Move to adopt.
Second. Got a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have amendment or adoption of the consent agenda. Any discussion on the consent agenda?
Move to adopt. Taylor.
There's a motion
Second.
and a second. This is a roll call vote. If there's no further discussion.
Mr. Abishon?
Yes.
Mr. Marquez?
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow? Mayor Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Matlock?
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Hadley? Yeah. Mr. Hoops?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we have special order of business 5A, Employee Service Award, Park Ranger Keith Wall, 10 years.
Yeah. Steve.
Come over more to the center over here.
Come stand right.
Yeah, right on the,
Park Ranger Keith Wally retired after 24 years in education and has spent the last 10 years proudly serving the city of Hazelwood. In his free time, he enjoys bowling, cooking, and entertaining friends and family. His passion for community and connection continues to shine through all in he does. Congratulations on your 10-year anniversary, Mr. Wally.
didn't know you were gonna be photographed like that. We got a little gift card for your 10-year anniversary and, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's do it. All right, all right.
Second.
That it?
That's
Sit
it.
down.
All right, thanks a lot.
Both of you up there? Just the two of you?
But just him.
Okay.
Oh,
You need-
Both of you. Board. Very good. Thank you.
All right, then.
Next, we have certified results of the April 8th election.
The results from the April 8th general municipal election are as follows. William C. Hoops Jr. ran unopposed and received 172 votes for the position of Ward 1 council member. Joe Marquez ran unopposed and received 132 votes for the position of Ward 3 council member. Lisa Matlock ran unopposed and received 94 votes for the position of Ward 5 council member. Robert Smith received 140 votes, or 42.94% of the votes for the position of Ward 7 council member. All of these candidates received the requisite majority of votes in accordance with the city charter and are qualified to serve.
Thank you. Next, we have the oaths of office for council members. We'll have them up here one at a time. We'll start with Mr. Hoops. Right on the X, sir. Please stand right here on the X.
Raise your right hand. Do you, William Hoops, solemnly swear and affirm that you possess all the qualifications for your office as prescribed by the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, that you will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Missouri, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of your office as Ward 1 council member for which you were duly elected on April 8th, 2025.
I do.
Congratulations on your being elected.
Next, we have Ward 3, Joe Marquez. Congratulations. Stand closer for the
Me?
picture. Yeah, I
Oh.
was running around trying to get everything.
Do you, Joe Marquez, solemnly swear and affirm that you possess all the qualifications for your office as prescribed by the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, that you will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Missouri, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of your office as Ward 3 council member for which you were duly elected on April 8th, 2025.
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Next, Lisa Matlock. Ward 5.
Thank you for reminding me.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Do you, Lisa Matlock, solemnly swear and affirm that you possess all the qualifications for your office as prescribed by the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, that you will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Missouri, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of your office as council member, Ward 5, for which you were duly elected on April 8th, 2025.
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Robert Smith, Ward 7. Robert, congratulations. Thank you.
Right hand. Do you, Robert Smith, solemnly swear and affirm that you possess all the qualifications for your office as prescribed by the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, that you will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Missouri, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Hazelwood, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of your office as council member, Ward 7, for which you were duly elected on April 8th, 2025.
I do.
Congratulations on your reelection.
They're willing to be in public with me. Ran out of film.
Says busy. Are we all? Are we all?
Yeah.
Here we go. Very good, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Me?
Oh, yeah, I think that was. I think that's it.
Next, we will have the reception. We'll break for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we'll meet out in the lobby for some refreshments. Thank you.
And buildings.
I got a lot to say.
Yeah, but it's like, you're gonna yell at me, it's nothing for her, punch. It's called blue out punch, it's like pineapple. Or, you want a glass?
Yes, we did a lot of. If they haven't already, I guess, guys.
Yeah, no.
That's. We don't.
No, I am really thinking of, yeah.
If you haven't already.
But then it's hard to try. Nice chauffeur, right? Yeah. Boy, that chauffeur is real. Yeah. Exactly. I got his life.
You to go first.
I know. Yeah.
You're not resisting any sweets, are
So anyway. We have some notes here too.
Yes.
It's done to just 4 or 5 hours. Some of the action.
So. Luckily.
Must not, there was no problem there, so they must. School in there. Anyway, I put those notes in there. Dickies. Yeah, they did. But hey, it was a little bit of staff side, and a little bit of street side. We need, that actually, you see that, so it takes hours. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not. Actually, Next up here, man. Next up here. They got any beer out there?
You know, they look. Same. If you look at it from the key field too. They made earlier last, but they didn't look at the same number as last.
Oh, yeah.
So then. Number. Is comparable to.
Back there.
Yeah.
We got up to about the 170 split of about
There's.
probably 10 till 6 or so. The night.
I said I'll break it back.
What, I interviewed.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the good part.
Right at the.
You know, when I was 7 years old, that,
Hotel is on
sherbet,
outside,
there was ginger ale
a lot.
concoction.
Was police on that side and then like. Going. And when it got. In the past, they were.
Halloween parties with the kids.
Special. Mental big.
There's a soda
Maybe.
Yeah.
in the cooler.
So anyway, yeah, I meant to ask you too.
St. Charles was backed up, you know, over there.
You know, I would find you.
I went.
Whatever. Like some napkins and start writing stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could go for.
Yeah.
You are the only one.
Maybe two. I don't think I got me. Need anything else? You guys want one?
Right.
Later.
We laugh about
All right, leave Joey out.
Thank you.
You're questionable now. That's great. Yeah, well, he was doing something.
What is he like?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of. Yeah. Doesn't have.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah.
They can.
I know, I did, you know what?
Just think I care.
Oh.
It's kind of like,
Oops.
congratulations.
Wait, different comments.
Yeah.
Put a call in the place in here right today. Water's pouring. Everything, all the.
I knew you'd been before. Yes, sign it. What is it called? Probably now, probably it's spring, so.
We'll be right back. He may have. He didn't became. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've actually been brought up last time too, and it's just.
Yeah. Yes. Are you ready for this? You remember that show on the movie? Guess what? Was it?
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thursday, go get ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have 10 minutes.
Lisa, over here.
What was your autograph? Thanks. Yes, we have to close.
Later with the baby.
Okay. So.
I'll go ahead and call the regular city council meeting back to order. We have next two proclamations. First one is National Water Safety Month proclamation. And maybe from the fire department can come up and accept. Let me make sure I got the right one. Go ahead.
Proclamation 2504. Whereas water-related activities are enjoyed by residents of all ages and are an important part of recreation, health, and well-being in the city of Hazelton. And whereas, as the weather warms and families spend more time around pools, lakes, rivers, and aquatic facilities, it is essential to promote safe water practices to prevent drownings and water-related injuries. And whereas drowning remains a leading cause of unintentional injury-related death among children, and many such tragedies are preventable through proper supervision, water safety education, and swimming instruction. And whereas the city of Hazelwood is committed to promoting water safety awareness and supports the efforts of national and local organizations such as the American Red Cross, the National Recreation and Park Association, the Pool and Hot Tub Alliance, in educating the public about safe water practices. And whereas individuals, families, schools, community members, and aquatic professionals in Hazelwood all play a vital role in promoting water safety and reducing the risk of accidents. And whereas the National Water Safety Month provides an opportunity to recommit ourselves to safety in and around the water and to support programs and initiatives that save lives. Now, therefore, the Council of the City of Hazelwood, Missouri, hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Water Safety Month in the City of Hazelwood, and encourages citizens to take appropriate steps to promote increased education to make everyone more water aware.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion. There's motion and a second to adopt. All those in favor, Adopting the proclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have 6B, Building Safety Month proclamation. Steve Putnam.
Proclamation 2505. Whereas the city of Hazelwood is committed to recognizing that our growth, strength, and resilience depend on the safety and sustainability of our buildings, where we live, learn, work, and gather. And whereas Building Safety Month is an international campaign spearheaded by the International Code Council to raise awareness about building safety and the important role modern construction codes and practices play in protecting communities. And whereas the theme for Building Safety Month 2025, Game On, which highlights the proactive spirit of code officials, first responders, engineers, architects, and construction professionals who rise to the challenge every day to ensure safe, strong, and resilient buildings. And whereas the city of Hazelwood proudly supports this campaign and acknowledges the critical work of our local building and safety personnel who make sure that homes and buildings are constructed to meet modern safety codes and withstand the demands of today's environment. And whereas the city of Hazelwood encourages all residents to participate by learning more about building safety, attending local events, and supporting the professionals who make our city a safer place to live. Now, therefore, the Council of the City of Hazelwood, Missouri hereby proclaims the month of May 2025 as Building Safety Month, encourages citizens to take appropriate steps to ensure the safety of the built environment, and recognize the implementation of safety codes by state and local agencies that have saved lives and protected homes and pictures.
There's been a motion and a second to adopt. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it.
Going that way. Amen. Where'd he go? What did you?
Next, we have citizens' comments and discussion, which will be heard at this time and limited to a total of 15 minutes, which may be increased by discretion of the chair or by a motion approved by a majority of the council members are present at the meeting. Is there anybody from the audience who'd like to come up and speak at this time? Your citizens' comments, please step forward.
Yeah.
If you haven't done so, please sign in
Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
then just
first
state your
one.
name at the beginning of the presentation.
Yes, nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you, citizens of Hazelwood. I have a lot to say. I won't hold you up for 15 minutes, but first thing I have to say, my name is Phil Marsh. I have a $25 million lawsuit against the city of Hazelwood. And I'm not here to litigate that lawsuit, but I want to tell the citizens and the council members how we got there. You know, how we got to me filing that lawsuit, and it will be another lawsuit against you guys. How did we get there? And it shouldn't even have happened. But these people, the residents, I live in Ferguson, Missouri, but the people of Hazelwood gonna pay for it. And they shouldn't have to pay for y'all prosecutor. Okay, understand me. So I'm an activist in Ferguson, Missouri, during the Mike Brown situation. I've been an activist, slept out there during Mike Brown, been out there every day, and got a organization called Ground Level Support. We fight, you know, for justice, you know, in our community and stuff like that. So Stephanie Carr, which is the prosecutor out here, I wrote to the Supreme Court about Stephanie Carr, almost got her disbarred, almost got her law license. She's the prosecutor out here. Kevin O'Keefe is her partner. So you got the prosecutor, you have a prosecutor, a corrupt prosecutor. She's in the Ferguson report. She used police officers that lie. The Department of Justice already said that in the Ferguson report. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. I got into a situation out here in the city of Ferguson. So I was at the Quick Trip. Somebody fought me at the Quick Trip. So when they fought me at the Quick Trip, I went into the Quick Trip looking for the police. So,
Can you speak to the microphone?
Normally they have
We need this on recording.
Yeah, normally they have the police in the Quick Trip. So I went and I pulled to the Quick Trip looking for help. So when they said the police wasn't there, the person came out that I was with, got out of my car, came in there, attacked me. It's all on video. Attacked me really bad. Then came back out and stole my car and crashed it. The police officers here, instead of arresting them for attacking me, they arrested me. Stephanie Carr, which is the prosecutor out here in Hazelwood, she's pissed at me because I wrote to the bar during the Mike Brown situation about her, filed complaints against her and almost got her disbarred, got her kicked out. You know, I don't know what they did to her, but she's bringing back luggage to the people of Hazelwood. A normal prosecutor, she tried to, after all this happened, it's on tape that this person attacked me, beat me, everything. She tried to prosecute me. After 2 years of prosecution, when I took her to trial, she threw it out because she knew it was nothing there to prosecute me for. So I filed a $25 million lawsuit against the people of Hazelwood. And there's no more, it's not something that a regular prosecutor would do. It's because she's pissed at me and she's bringing that to you guys. And y'all gonna have to deal with that. And the people in this town gonna pay because of Stephanie Carr, and Keith O'Griffey is her partner. So you have a prosecutor, you have the city attorney.
I think you made your point.
Okay,
Let's keep this to the
okay,
story.
you have the city attorney, right? And you have Stephanie Carr, they partners. So you can't they're not gonna tell the people, Kevin O'Keefe ain't gonna tell these people that Stephanie Carr is wrong because he's her partner. He's a partner with the law
I
firm.
think you've made that point.
Okay, and I'm gonna move on. But the fact I'm making is these people is gonna pay for what Stephanie Carr is doing to me. I'm an activist and she's mad at me for trying to get her disbarred. So she's trying to prosecute me on cases it's nothing there. And I wish every council member would look at this lawsuit or email me and just read the pleadings and see what I'm saying. There's nothing there. She's prosecuting me on something that she's mad at me because of Ferguson. And she brought it to you guys in Hazelwood to deal with. And at the end of the day, hopefully, I think you guys gonna pay. But I think you guys should look into it and see these cops out here that arrested me, they lied against me, and look at the videos. I have all the videos. If any of y'all want to look at them and call me up, take a look at them and see what y'all police officers is doing. Like I said, I ain't trying to litigate the case, but I think y'all should know what y'all police officers are doing. You know, look at the videos and make a decision for yourself. It don't have to be me when I get them in court, prosecute them like I told the judge, which it ain't a prosecution, but it's a prosecution to me because that's the only prosecution they will get when I get through with them in court. But y'all take a look at it and make a determination on what y'all think, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to get that to y'all. Y'all will never see all that. So that's what I have to say. And thank you for listening.
Is there anybody else under citizens' comments?
Victor Rose, 5037 Tulip Tree. Something totally different. One of my coworkers and his wife got totally scammed today for several $1,000s. They got her number somehow and told her that it was supposed to be in a federal court today as jury. And it blew up and they got, like I said, several $1,000s. Just be careful, y'all. The scammers are getting crazy out there.
Yeah, anyone.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jeremy Denson. I'm here before, on behalf of the neighborhood of, Flamingo Drive, directly across the street here off Lindbergh. When I was here, I was complaining about speeders and, this council sat here and listened to me, and I just am here to present, not only to present signatures of everybody in my neighborhood who agreed. We walked the neighborhood and we were able to speak with all but three residents. One of the residents we haven't made contact with, and the other two were damaged in the tornado a couple of weeks back. So I have over 40 signatures from residents on our street to present with you today. And I have also spoke with the chief of police, and I just wanted to thank everybody on the council for their support through this process, and also to the chief of police. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And also Lisa Matt.
Good evening, everyone. Excuse me, my name is Ronald Simpson. I live at 8421 Jacqueline Court. A lot of you seen me before, you know about my ongoing issue with a neighbor that I've had trouble with. Today I rise though, first of all, I'd like to say good evening to Mr. Robinson, Mr. Leeser, Fire Chief and Chief Hudnick and the rest of the city council, and congratulations to the people on your elections that you just had. But here I have a couple pictures. I'm dealing with the Christian Academy behind my house. Yeah. And you know, they had been throwing grass up against my fence. I have a privacy fence, and Mr. Zimmerman last year talked to him about that. They stopped doing that. And then, as you know, I had to call the fire department. I have a copy of the Hazelwood police report where they were setting fires to burn the grass down around the screen on the baseball field one night during the night with gasoline and, you know, lighters. But what I'm standing for here now is that if you flip through that, like on that first picture, there's three tractor tires. I'm talking about, you know, farm tractor tires in those trees. So when it rains, it collects water, it breeds mosquitoes. So in the summertime, you got the mosquito trucks coming down the street. I doubt if they're doing any good because you're breeding millions of them right out back. That coupled with my neighbor who's got stuff sitting out to collect water. But Jacqueline Court from 8413 to 85 something is butted up against this school. With the exception of my house, you've been to my house, Mr. Robinson, there's nothing there behind my house. But every other fence line is covered with trees from their property. The trees to the house next to me at 8417 are drooping down. We got raccoons living in there, possums, groundhogs. They come through the fencing, you know, into my area. You know, my wife leaves early in the morning, so I have to get up and go out there with her because she's frightened that, you know, animals are there. And they won't even trim the trees. If you look at one of them, it's busted through my neighbor's fence at 8417. She can't get out of her fence. Her gate is totally blocked. In the police report, and I mentioned this last year, there was a stolen car parked up in the trees. And she called Hazelwood police and they came out and investigated it and everything. But these trees are so bad that any and everything can be living. They have a maintenance crew during the fall, like I've got you fall pictures and summer pictures. During the fall, when there's no leaves on the trees and branches, all they have to do is cut, you know, so that you can see underneath them, but they just letting them grow wild because they don't have to. I mean, you know, nobody's saying anything, you know? But my thing is, if you're gonna set fire to the grass over there and worry about it over by the ball field, do something about the trees. And I mean, from 8413 to the end of the block is affected by this school.
You know, and I just hope somebody can help me do something about it because it's ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. Years ago, they had a rugby team that practiced up there. That's where these tires came from. So they flipped the tires back and forth to muscle up or whatever they were doing. And then when they went away 5, 6 years ago, they just stuck the tires in the trees there behind my neighbor's house. And during the winter, you can see the tires sitting right up in there, as you see from the picture. And during the summer, it's hidden because of all the overgrowth coming from the trees. You know, and I just hope I can get some help in resolving the matter. You know,
Thanks for bringing up some of the new issues.
okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You're right, it's like more than-
Is there anybody else from the audience like to come up and speak? Anybody else under citizens' comments? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and call the citizen portion of the meeting closed and we'll move on the agenda. Public hearings, concrete strategies, LLC for the following sign variances.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have several variances for you tonight, so bear with me. There are 4 variances. They are all for Concrete Strategies at 5790 Campus Parkway, who recently moved their corporate headquarters here to Hazelwood.
Please go ahead and go through all of them, then we'll handle each one individually when the time comes.
Okay. So the first 2 variances are for their monument sign. They are going to relocate their existing monument sign to the corner along McDonald Boulevard. Their monument sign exceeds the maximum height and square footage that the code allows. So they are requesting a 12-foot variance for the maximum height of their monument sign. Their monument sign is proposed to be 20 feet tall. And they are asking for a 580 square foot variance for their monument sign, which is supposed to be maximum size of 20 square feet. So you all have in your packet the depiction of their existing monument sign that they plan on moving and its location set back from the right of way. So it is, for those in the audience, it is a square monument with a crane attachment, and that's the reason that the sign is so tall, because of that crane attachment. We count the whole area of the sign.
So they're gonna have a crane with their sign?
Kind of, yep, it's the crane arm that shows, and it's attached to the sign. Do you have the photos?
I do.
Here, yep. Yep, so you see the blue crane right there? That's attached to. Yeah, it's not a real crane, just a.
Yeah.
Yep, but that's what it symbolizes. And that's why it exceeds the maximum height by so much, and square footage as well. Any more questions on that one?
So is this, do they currently have this sign and they're wanting it bigger? They
No,
want it bigger or
they're
bigger?
moving it from their old location
Okay.
and plan to put it here, so instead of
Okay. So
crafting
this
a
already
new sign.
exists somewhere.
It does, yes,
They want to bring it here.
yes. The photo in the top right corner of the package shows, that existing sign at its previous location.
And I'm sorry, it's
Sure.
going from what size now to what size?
So the size of the sign is staying itself, so with the crane and everything, it comes out to a net 20 by 30 foot sign. We allow for an 8-foot tall sign and a total of 20 square feet.
Are you done, Ms. Wallow, before I? If it wasn't for the extra crane attachment, would that Concrete Strategy sign be within, or would they still need a variance?
It would be over the maximum square footage allowed. We only allow 20 square feet. This one would be 40 square feet, but it would not exceed the maximum height allowed.
Any other questions? Move on.
Right, so the next two variances are for their directional signs. So they have a 16-acre campus that they, wish to provide larger directional signs to make the flow of traffic easier and more visible throughout the campus. So our code currently states that directional signs cannot be higher than or cannot be bigger than 2 square feet in size. And signs cannot be higher than 3.5 feet above grade. So they are actually proposing a 5 foot and an 8 foot above grade sign. And 34.5 square feet in size. And again, this is due to the size of their campus to get back into the logistics, loading and unloading of materials where they need to go.
So it's within the campus, it's not on the street,
Correct,
it's not
yes.
public.
There is, not the exact locations for you.
Because, and I'm saying that because this is not just like a small chain, this is huge.
Yep. So one will be located at their drive entrance, set back a bit off of Campus Parkway. The rest will be throughout the campus. One will dictate where employee parking visitors are. One will dictate where the office is, and then deliveries as well.
And do we have these same type of signs on campus now? I'm trying to think if they're, yeah, they're not that big.
No, I'm sorry, grab a recording. The petitioner, Joe Phillips, is here with the sign company. If you guys have any questions for him as well.
Does he have something to add or just introduce himself? He can come up and do
Come
that.
up and introduce himself. Phillips?
Good evening, Phil Phillips, Pyro Signs Incorporated. We're representing Concrete Strategies on our variance appeals this evening. What we've got is the monument sign itself sounds a lot bigger than what it really is. The sign itself, the signage portion of that is based on a concrete tilt-up panel, which is what Concrete Strategies is known for, which is part of their identity. Basically, they're a concrete tilt-up company, so they build massive structures all around the country using concrete tilt-up panels. The sign is basically a panel that's 40 square feet with their letters on it. The crane itself is to represent the type of equipment that they use. It's been in place in the city of St. Louis where their old corporate headquarters has been for probably 25 or 30 years, that same type of sign. So we're looking to move that back over to this section, to their new corporate headquarters as they move to here in the city of Hazelwood. It's the same sign, it gives the same look. It's just been a branding standard for them on their corporate headquarters for all these years. They would like to bring it here to Hazelwood as well. So basically signage wise, there's really 40 square feet worth of verbiage on there. A lot of pole signs here in Hazelwood now, as they're altered, have to have pole covers on them to basically, I guess, be the decorative portion of the sign to hide the pole. This isn't just a standard little pole, so they actually have something that's meaningful to their business and to their brand, what they're trying to use out here. So it's nothing new for Concrete Strategies. It's new for Hazelwood. It's a different look, but all along that stretch of McDonald Boulevard, there are pole signs from 270 all the way down towards Fifi. The only businesses that don't have a pole sign right through there would be Concrete Strategies and the business directly to their south, which has actually no identification type of signage on that business at all, since it's not meant for, I guess, having customers or public into it. So that's the first one that we are asking for. The sign itself will also be set back from the roadway. I believe it's approximately 28 feet from the edge of the road. So it doesn't sit right up on the roadway either. It sets back into their stuff, into their property due to the underground utilities that they have there. So there's quite a few utilities through there that we have to stay away from. That's why the sign is actually getting moved back further from what the normal location would be, the normal setback. As far as our directional signs, Concrete Strategies does have their office there, but they also have a lot of truck traffic that comes in and out of that facility. A 2 square foot directional sign would never get seen from a tractor trailer trying to deliver stuff through there. trying to direct them back to the proper places that they need to go. Let's say it is a large facility, it's 16 acres. It's a new facility for them. There's gonna be a lot of new traffic coming in for them, people who are unaware of the site and this facility. They do not want them to go in towards the office portion of that, which is one of the 2 entrances into the site that they have there. The larger signs are basically to help direct that traffic so it can be properly seen. The signs are not meant to advertise concrete strategies. They're meant to advertise which way to go and to properly get there. So there's a better flow through there. So we're not having trucks trying to turn around within the office part of the parking lot, trying to get back over to the warehouse type of facility. So they are large. Not gonna lie about that, but they're meant to actually be seen and be read and to improve that flow of traffic through there to keep from having any issues along that site.
So we can't have a happy medium of 3.5, between 3.5 and 8. I mean, we gotta go all the way to 8.
As far as height wise, it's a lot of truck traffic goes through there. The shorter the sign, the harder it is to see in tractor trailers. A 3-foot overall height sign is mainly meant for what you're gonna have in a drive-through restaurant where you're taking your passenger vehicle through. That's generally what that size is meant for. In a large industrial complex, the sign would almost be invisible to the people who are really needing it the most, and that's that large truck traffic. One of the signs itself is up in the front near the parking entrance for that to the site entrance as far as the building entrance. That's where one of the signs are at. The other 2 are back along Campus Parkway, so they're a good ways off of McDonald Boulevard. So once the trucks get back there, they know exactly where they're gonna go within that facility. It really is an important aspect of maintaining proper traffic flow and making sure that the trucks get to the right spot.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I thought you were.
No, you're fine.
I appreciate that. But this is precedent setting. Like, the next guy that's gonna come in is gonna say, well, he got 8 feet. The next guy that's gonna, you know what I mean? So I'm just wondering, I mean, we have to jump from 3.5 to 8.
It's a large jump. I'm not going to dispute that. Generally, variances are based on individual need, and in most cases, when I've been to other municipalities, including this one in the past, each site is based on its own category. It's its own goodness for the site or for the city. Generally, it's been told to me that just because somebody else had it in the past doesn't mean I'm gonna get it this time, that each one doesn't set a precedent. It's been brought up to me before here in this actual municipality itself, that just because they gave one before doesn't mean I'm gonna get mine this time. So we try to use ours based on each individual facility. This is what they felt that they needed, and this is what we presented to them to try to get that goal, to make sure that there are no issues when trucks come in and out of that site.
It does not, the council has sole discretion on sign variances. It does not require the board of adjustments approvals. Thank you.
So with the signs being the 8, it would make it easier for the trucks to get to where they're going. The flow of traffic would be a little bit better, is what you're saying, and it would help keep them away from the employee part of the complex.
That is correct.
So that's what you're more or less wanting to happen.
That is the thought, and that's the thought put behind these, is why they're that large. You have to have a nice size verbiage on them to be able to be seen, or else the tendency is to turn into the first driveway. So it's the first one you see the Concrete Strategies building there. We don't want them turning in there, because that's gonna take them to the office portion of that, where the employees and the customers will actually come for their jobs or their meetings. We wanna direct them back down the street, a little bit further down Campus Parkway, to get into that secondary entrance, which takes them more to the warehouse.
Any other questions?
Nikki, How's this comparable to, I'd say, what, 5, 6 months ago, we did same thing down in Trayport?
Yes, Tradeport had a plan district industrial, that had its own regulations within the plan district. They did come back and asked to amend the plan district to request for larger directional signs because they found that what was allowed under that was too small, for adequate traffic. I do not remember the size differences though.
Yeah, it wasn't this big of a difference, but I mean, I'm okay with it if it's in your own area. On your own campus. But I probably would have liked to have this discussion when we were approving them to come in, just so that we would have it all together.
We have not approved anything yet. That's
No, for them to be there. You know, like when they came to Hazelwood, because we want them in Hazelwood, this would have been good information. to
Gotcha.
have.
That was, yeah, before my time. Can't speak to that, sorry.
What do you guys think? Are you guys good with it?
I'm okay with it. I mean, they need the flow of traffic and they need to keep the trucks away from the employee part of it, and especially since it's their headquarters. Also, they need to make sure that the trucks are going one way and it's not impeding on the employee and the headquarters part of it. That's the way I'm seeing it. And if I understand where the buildings are, there's not gonna be an easy way for them trucks to turn around if they get in that employee parking lot. So I'm for the signs being the size that you need them to be.
Could I
If you look at-
interrupt for a moment?
Please.
And it may be premature to sort of poll the council. The public hearing is not yet concluded.
Oh, my apologies.
And I think if the council would prefer, I think to wait until all public comments are presented and then whatever debate you wish to engage or questions you may have of the petitioner or staff, you could certainly ask, but I think probably the time for that is when the presentations are concluded.
Is there any other questions?
I do have a question.
Sure.
Is that sign gonna be facing? Is it gonna be parallel with campus? Or is it gonna be facing perpendicular with campus?
It's perpendicular, so you can see it driving down campus, right?
I believe so, yes, correct.
Are you done, Mr. Marquez?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you. The question I have is what anchors that crane on? What are you doing to ensure the stability of that aspect of the sign?
It'll be fully engineered, so we'll have an engineered footing by a licensed Missouri engineer who will tell us exactly what size footing we have to have, exactly what size anchors will hold that in place.
Okay, so you're not just picking up what's at
No,
the
sir.
previous headquarters and trying to make it fit onto that campus
No, sir.
footprint?
No, sir, we have to have everything fully engineered, so, have to, for Hazelwood to get a permit, but we have to for safety reasons anyway, so.
In that vein, is it your strategy to have a concrete base?
As far as on that sign itself, yes, it'll have a lot of content.
You have to read through the question. So,
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I get it, trust me, I get it.
Is there any other questions from council members? Hearing none, this is a public hearing. I ask petitioner and Nikki to please step aside at this point. Residents do have the opportunity to come up and ask questions about this project or variances. So now would be the time for anybody to come up and speak on this particular project.
Good evening, council, mayor. My name's Don Davidson. I've been, lived in Hazelwood since 1960. I don't plan on going anywhere. At this point, I think it's ridiculous. A sign like that, what are we? Can truck drivers not see? The people can't see? I mean, there's no reason for a sign that large. Thank you. I disagree with it totally. I think that you as council members, you need to do your job and listen to this and do what you've been elected for, because this is ridiculous. And I just don't agree with it, and I think it should not be allowed. We can't let these rich companies come in here and throw around their weight and think they can do whatever they want to do to our city. I'm tired of it. I'm ashamed of Hazelwood right now. I've drove through Hazelwood. I'm ashamed of it. And I don't want to see signs this size. It's my opinion. And I challenge the council to do their job for once. Thank you. Yes.
Kevin Foley, 57-year resident of Villa Maria. I think you guys are crazy if you approve this. We're talking about a 4x8 sheet size piece of plywood, 32 square feet, 8 feet off the ground. I'm 6 foot, so this sign's gonna be this far off the ground and 4 foot by 8 foot. That's 32 square feet. If you guys approve this, you are just creating ugliness for the neighborhood. I see no issue with Chrysler used to be in there and have a bunch of tractor trailers pulling that property and go all over the place on that 16 acres before. They didn't have a problem getting in there before. I don't see why this company can't have a problem getting in there now. I don't think they need a sign that's 32 square feet, 8 foot off the ground. That's gonna be an ugly piece of equipment in our neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else from the audience would like to come up and speak on the variances before us?
Victor Rose, 5037 Tulip Tree. I actually work with signs, not this type, more the billboards. Looking at my phone, there was a small sign at the second one, I think, that said receiving. It looked like it was smaller than the square footage of the podium. The truck drivers, they're up high now. They're having to go through, maybe once they know where everything is, the company could maybe scale it down a little bit. But if they're getting in there now, new, truck drivers aren't gonna know where to go offhand. And looking at it, like I think Ms. Matlock said, if they turn into that first one, it's gonna be hard for them to get back out and then go down to the second one. So in general, I support this. Thank you.
Is there anybody else from the audience who'd like to come up and speak? Anybody else? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and call the public hearing to be closed. We have 4 variances in front of us, and we would vote on each one separately for concrete strategies. We'll take each one individually. We'll start with number 1, the 12-foot variance for an 8-foot maximum height regulation for a 20-foot high monument sign. Is there any further discussion on that project from the city council? If not, should there be a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
There's been a motion to approve the first variance. Is there a second? Second. The motion and a second. This will be a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
No.
I think we're gonna have to have a roll call vote. I'll go ahead and call a roll call vote, I believe.
Mr. Abishon,
No.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow. No. Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton. No. Mr. Hoops.
I'd like to recuse myself from voting at this time.
That variance, passes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's, 5 in favor, 3 opposed, 1 recusal.
Next, we have the second variance, 580 square foot variance of the 20-foot maximum size regulation for a 600-foot monument sign. Square. Is there any further discussion? If not, we'll need to have a motion to move forward.
Move to adopt.
Second, Matlock.
Approved. Said adopt. Approved.
Yes, sir.
Approved. There's been a motion and a second. This will be a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Abishon,
No.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow. No. Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton. No. And
Again, I'd like to recuse myself.
take you off these. The motion carries by a vote of 5 in favor, 3 opposed, and 1 refusal.
Thank you. Next, we have number 3, a 4.5 foot variance of the 3.5 foot maximum height above grade for an 8 foot above grade directional sign. Is there any discussion on this matter? If not, we'll need a motion of some sort to move forward.
Move to approve.
There's been a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second. Smith.
Been a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, this is a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Abishon,
No.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow. No. Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton. Yes. Mr. Hoops.
I'd like to recuse myself again, thank you.
The motion carries by a vote of 6 in favor, 2 opposed, 1 recusal.
Next, we have on the item 4 is the 32.5 square foot variance of the 2 square foot maximum size for a 34.5 square foot in-size directional sign. Is there any discussion on this one? Any questions? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Abishon,
No.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow. No. Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
No.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton. Yes. Mr. Hoops.
I'd like to recuse, thank you.
The motion carries by a vote of 5 in favor, 3 opposed, and 1 recusal.
Okay, that concludes, under item 8, the public hearings. We'll move on to unfinished business. Is there any, unfinished business the council would like to speak of? If not, we want to announce that we have the April 30th budget work session agenda. And We also have the election of the mayor pro tem.
Time to elect a new mayor pro tem who will serve until April 2026. Following is a history of who has served over the past 12 years. I'm not gonna read that to you. Mr. Smith was the last one appointed in 2024.
I think if this, well, I know that when we first discussed, 2 or 3 years ago, I know we had a couple people interested. And Lisa was the seniority member at the time, and she had turned it down and allowed people to step forward, but I did ask her if she was
I want to nominate Lisa.
willing to serve, and she said she would be. She would be next seniority wise in line. We always like to pass it around from council member to council member, from each time, so. Bill, was that a motion?
Yes.
Was there any other discussion or any other? Kelly, I don't know, if you're gonna say something?
I was gonna. Nominate, sorry, I couldn't think of the word Joe.
You can, I mean, there will be a nomination process. If not everybody agrees, but, right, let's just consider it nominations. If we wanna go with nominations, so, let's just consider that as a motion to nominate Lisa. And if you want to, we can nominate, Job, and then we can vote on how it works from there.
I'll second Mr. Marquez's nomination. We can vote. That's what democracy is all about.
Okay, so we have 2, names to vote on. Let's just announce the name as it goes down the line, and we'll ask the city clerk to do it as a roll call. You're announcing the name, I guess.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
no, but I figured.
You'll figure it.
Okay, so I'm gonna write Lisa. here. Joe here. So you want me to go from,
Normal process and just ask them, do they choose?
okay, Mr. Abishan,
Lisa.
Mr. Marquez,
Myself.
Ms. Wildlove,
Mr. Marquez.
Mayor Robinson,
Lisa.
Ms. Matlock,
Myself.
Mr. Taylor,
Lisa.
Mr. Smith,
Lisa.
Ms. Hatton,
Lisa.
Mr. Hoops.
Ms. Matlock.
You're so formal.
Lisa. Oh, 7 in favor of Lisa, 2 in favor of Joe.
Thank you. Is there anything else under mayor and council report?
Yes, I have some.
Yes, go ahead.
Last week I talked about some places throughout the city, mostly in Ward 4 and 7, that were from section 405, 595, which is supplementary off-street parking and loading regulations. I named a few places that I was inquiring about. And as I was going through this again, this past week, the ordinance itself, I came across, which I just sort of glossed over, I guess, the first couple of days. But I wanted to read this, purpose and intent of section 405. The purpose of this article is to alleviate or prevent congestion on public streets in City of Hazelwood, enhance on-site circulation, mitigate potential adverse effects of parking areas on adjacent properties, and to promote the safety and welfare of the public by establishing minimum vehicle off-street parking requirements and unloading and unloading requirements in accordance, with the use to which the property is utilized. It is intended that all uses have adequate on-site parking and loading facilities to serve that particular use to which the property is utilized. In any event, no public street or portions thereof shall be utilized to meet off-street parking and loading requirements. And I wanted to read that because I think the point that that stuck out to me a lot is to promote the safety and welfare of the public by establishing minimum, and it goes on, but that section there, promote the safety and welfare of the public. And I just wanted to give you guys something to think about as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else under mayor and council reports?
I have one thing, Mr. Mayor, based on what we've just went through, I think we need to review the ordinance for the 2 square foot maximum size on directional signs. That's based on what we've dealt with this evening and what we've dealt with in the past months with that trade port, is that portion of the ordinance outdated and need to be modernized.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Anything else under mayor and council reports? Hearing none, we'll move on to city manager's report. 12A, we got consideration of contract for concrete repair service.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, David Stewart, Public Works Director, City Engineer. Included in our current fiscal year, we have $500,000 budgeted for replacing concrete panel slabs throughout our city streets. Bid specifications were advertised on April 7th. We received 3 bids. M&H Concrete Contractors of St. Peters. St. Peters was low bid in the amount of $442,362.25. M&H Concrete has done previous contracts for us to our satisfaction. Staff recommends approval.
Is there any questions for David? Any questions about concrete repair?
I have one, sir. Do you have the pads that have been identified to be replaced already lined out?
Yeah, we do have a list. I could certainly supply that to the council if you'd like.
Yes. I was kind of hoping that was included, but seeing how it's not, I would definitely like to see that list of what we're to expect in the next 12 months.
I would too.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Concerns from council members? Information? Hearing none, this would just be a motion to approve and concur with staff.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, there's an ordinance. It needs to be a first reading. Sorry about that.
Motion for.
Motion put it on first reading. Second it.
There's been a motion and a second for first reading. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have 12B, Annual Economic Development Report. Mr. Leeser.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, you have before you my, should say, I'm acting as the Assistant City Manager for Economic Development for the purpose of this report. But my annual economic development report of things that have taken place in the city of Hazelwood, I will keep it very short. You have more than enough information in front of you. A couple of things I'd like to highlight about this is we're starting to see a lot of activity at the Hazelwood Business Park, or what everybody calls formerly the Mills Mall. IDI distributors are there. Cabela's is still going strong there. They've just signed an extended lease there. The big news is, and while that's not part of this report, is Dive Bomb has taken over 100,000 square foot at that location. They're also looking at some additional space in Hazelwood that we'll be announcing soon. So that's a major coup for us. The building itself is about 19% filled. It's 3.1 million square feet, if memory serves me right. So there's a lot of excitement, a lot of going on there. And as you saw, we generated over almost $18,000 of just permits and fees from that at this point in time. Continued good news is going on in Hazelwood Logistics Center. Again, we've gotten almost $200,000 in permits and fees of expansion that's going on in there. A lot of companies there are still there and expanding and growing. Hazelwood Trade Port, again, we've seen a major expansion to the point where We were visiting Marston Foods not too long ago. They just did the ribbon cutting and they're actually looking at expanding already in place with their operations. So they're doing very, very well. One that I'm also very excited about, and I want to highlight Councilmember Wadlow on this, is last year we redid the negotiations and the incentives for MyTech. Given some of the problems they were having with people, their new agreement required 80 FTEs. They're at that level. They've got 91 people at this time with payroll of over 40 million. So that was a discussion that has paid benefits for all parties in line. Pivot Bio is a high-tech company, the biotech company that does the seeds for the corn industry. They basically are they're fully engulfed in their building and they may need to expand also, so things are going well with them. I will point out one of the downsides, and I will say that you point out any city in the United States, not just in Missouri, but every city has a lot of great victories and we have some I'll say defeats and some bad things. And as you saw with Silgan Plastics, they had some issues going forth. They were having problems finding employees. The market changed on them. We gave them 2 loans under 2 tranches. Because they did not meet that, we had to prorate their loans, and we did receive a check from them for the proration of those loans. So they sent a check back to us to the tune of about $790,000. There was no argument, no fighting, no disagreement. They realized they did not make the requirements, and we held them to those requirements. And so that check was issued back to us. Something else that I put in the report that is not really nature to this report because it's supposed to be for 2024, but we're really excited about Circle K and the new logistics center, the 211,000 square foot that's going into Tradeport. That's only one of 5 that they're putting in the United States, and we were selected for that. So it's 150 jobs, and we're really excited to even do that. I saw what dive bomb again. Bottom line, because of the foresight of this city, long before I was here in 2004, 2006, you've seen over $1 billion of new investment in Hazelwood with everything that's going on. With everything good, one forewarning I will tell you that is the fact that you've been so successful. They're almost basically filled up. Tradeport is basically filled. Aviator Park is basically filled. Logistics is basically filled. What you will see is some openings now and again where, like, Silgan Plastics is closing, so you'll see that opening and the like. But the good news is we're filled up. The bad news is we're filled up. So our job is now to keep those companies here. We still do have, again, ICP and Hazelwood Business Park, over 1 million square foot there. So we are pushing that one very, very hard. So bottom line is, with all the work that you have done and placed in this community for the past 20 years, you're seeing a great return on investment, and the companies recognize that. And so I'm open to any questions that you might have at this time.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I may, one last thing, for my city manager's report, real quick. Limb collection started this week, so I've talked to Dave Stewart about that. So far, things are going well. We are starting to run into some homes with the debris that came from the storm, so we're working on that. At the last city council meeting, Mr. Foley came forward to talk about the new fire station and moving forward on that. As you saw in my Friday memo, I wanted you to know that probably about 2 days before the council meeting, we had finalized a contract with a company out of Brentwood, Missouri called Navigate. Navigate is a consulting company that helps a variety of people, a lot in the public service, build new facilities, city halls, fire stations, police stations, and the like. Ours is a short-term contract with them at this juncture. It will end in August. What they're doing is a couple of things. They're really kind of taking a look at what our needs are so we can figure out the type of building that we need. They're also looking at the existing Firehouse 1 and seeing if we can rebuild on that firehouse it's either tear it down and build it new or build it around it. Just for cost comparisons, if nothing else, they are looking at other sites just so they say, hey, it's going to cost X to rebuild here, but here's property here. It'll cost this, and we estimate it will cost more or cost less to build on that. So they're going to give us a lot of room. Navigate again, they can go with us through the entire scope of the contract, even to oversee the construction. But the contract we have right now is just short-term, only until August, to give us the basic needs that we need to do to go forward, because we have a long way to go on this. We have to secure funding for the new fire station. We have to get the plans designed and built on that. Once we do that, we have to make sure that we all agree on the site that we're going to do this on. We have to bid the contract out, start the construction. So I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be 2027, 2028 before we get this thing up and running. Because it will take time. Just these projects do take time. So we are moving forward. We're working, Chief Lilly and I are working very closely on this. And just also real quick, Navigate is not some fly-by-night company. They're based here in the St. Louis area. They've done fire stations in Berkeley, Lincoln County, Missouri, Webster Groves. If you're familiar with St. Charles, they're building either 3 or maybe 4 fire stations over there.
They built 2 and remodeled them.
Okay, Navigate oversaw all of that. So they're familiar with us. They're familiar with this type of work. But once they are done with this initial report, they will be coming before you to give that for your information. At the last meeting, we had another citizen come up to present a number of issues and concerns. I can't address everything that she had said, but just for a couple of things. She talked about a speed limit radar that wasn't working. Dave Stewart reported back to me that sign has been removed. It needs to be sent in for repairs because of motherboard issues. So we're aware of that. We're going to take care of that. She was talking about some overgrown trees and the like, and brushes I'm trying to remember, in the Villa Rosa, Millamara area that need to be trimmed. Again, they took a look at it and it looks like that those are on private property, that we can't get back to those and do that. We're talking about the need for speed bumps in certain areas. I have to talk to Police Chief Hudnick about that to see if we do a traffic study online to see if that justifies removable speed bumps. She is correct. If we do speed bumps, they would be removable. We're not going to be putting down permanent speed bumps in that area. The final thing I just want to remind everybody is this Saturday is Parks and Recreations holding their annual Easter egg hunt, starting at 10 o'clock at White Birch Bay Park. We'll warn everybody, it's only for kids under 10 years or age or under, so
Anything to do with code.
you can't go out there. You can take kids, but anyway. Now, anyway, we'll hope to see all of you out there, and they'll be ready for that. So that is my report, Mr. Mayor, Council, unless you have questions. Thank you very much.
Next, we have city attorney's report. No report. City clerk's report.
No report.
Anything under new business for city council members? Hearing none, introduction and first reading of bills. Then we have one there.
Yes, bill number 5165, first reading and ordinance authorizing a contract with M&H Concrete Contractors Incorporated for the 2025 concrete improvements project. The cost not to exceed $432,362.25.
That's it. That's all with 17. We'll move on to second reading of bills, which there are no readings on second readings. So we'll move on to item 19, miscellaneous business and announcements. We have the council budget work session.
Mr. Mayor, when can we expect the budget to review in preparation for that meeting?
Mr. Jimmy Dyer, we're doing that today. We're gonna have it to next week.
23rd. Okay, thank you.
So that is the preliminary financial budget meeting. We've got the regular council meeting, May 7th at 6:30 p.m. If there's no further discussion or questions or discussion, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move, Taylor.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you, Chloe.
How long can I go back doors and stuff?
Yeah. No smoke, locked doors.